everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm concluding my pop-up side box series of cards. So these are the ones that I've shared so far. So you've got your 6x8, your 5x7, your 7x7, your 8x8 and your 4x8. And then I've made this adorable 6x6, which lots of you have been asking for. It's using the very sweet autumnal Peanuts collection. These are really easy cards to make as well. I break down all the steps. So if you're a beginner, I still think this is something that you can achieve. I've used dies to cut the apertures, but you could easily cut the aperture using your trimmer or draw around something. So even if you've got limited supplies, you should be able to make these. And I hope that you can see from all of the different themes here as well that they're going to work for many occasions. So the products I'm going to use for this final card for the series is the Peanuts. This is the latest autumn collection. It's lovely. There's some other bits to it as well, but I'm going to focus on the ephemera and the paper pad today. And then to cut my aperture, I've used the nested rectangles, and I'll give you all the measurements for that in a moment. So if you've been with me from the first of these cards in the series, then you'll know exactly what you're doing. This is just new measurements. So you want a piece of 6x6, that's the main base and the main size of the card. And then this is the pop-up box. So this is a piece of 9x6. Along that 9-inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch, 2.5, 6.5, and 8.5. And you'll see I've already cut my aperture out there. And that's using, like I said, these inverted scallop dies. So they give you that instant frame, which is really nice. But this is now very flimsy. Although it's a heavyweight cardstock, it's about a 270. The aperture is quite flimsy, so I'm going to add a frame with my construction glue. That will reinforce it slightly. But what you can also do is back it with some acetate. Maybe you're doing a Christmas scene. You could have some snowfall acetate, which is really nice. You can get so many decorative acetates. So, you know, have a look at what you've got there. You could easily back that. So the frame size is 3.25 by 5.25, around about there. So I've taken the same die that I cut, and I've cut this piece of gold card, which is 3.75 by 5.75, and I'm going to cut that out so it gives me this very thin frame, which I can then stick around there. Okay, so there is my frame, and then, like I said, I'm just going to use my construction glue here. I'm actually going to add a very thin amount because the mirrored card is coated. Solvent-based glues can strip the top layer of it off, so I'm just going to run this just down the sides here instead. And then I'm just going to carefully just lay that back over the top. So that will reinforce that, and we can fold those score lines in a moment. Next, you're going to want your pieces to attach all your decoration to. It's up to you how many you have. You could have 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. I always do a 1/2 inch tab, but if you reduce the tab, then you could actually have more. So again, play around with them. Once you've seen how they all put together and stuff, then you can probably be a little bit more creative in how you decorate it. But I've got 2 pieces of 5x2. All of the widths are the same, so they're all 5 inches. It's just the thickness that changes. So along the 5-inch side, you'll score at 1/2 and 4.5. So 2 that size. One's going to go at the top, 1 at the bottom, and these will be at the back. Then in front of those will be these, which are 2 pieces of 5 by 1.5. Along the 5-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 4.5. Just see how they're going to go on top, and they're just slightly staggered by 1/2 inch. And then 2 that are 5 by 1, and again you're going to score at 1/2 and 4.5, and they're going to go on top. So I'm going to create something like this. So you can see there I've got all of those on the top there, and then I've got all of them on the bottom. This one I've just got them on the top because I was just having those elements hanging. This one I've just got 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and this one here I've got all of them just at the bottom. Okay, so like I said, entirely up to you. Next, you want to fold and burnish the score lines. Like I said, just go a little bit careful with your frame. Okay, and then flip it over, and we're going to work in this 2-inch section here. So you've got your tab, and then you've got this section. That's where you're going to stick everything to first. So, like I said, 3 for the top, 3 for the bottom. And you just want to fold and burnish all of these. I'll show you how to do the top, and then you just do the same with the bottom. But take your largest one first, and I'm going to take my quick grab glue actually. You can use either, to be fair, but it's a bit easier. So just run that down there, and you're going to butt the edge here up to the folded section and have it flush with the top of the card. You can bring it down maybe just a smidge, but just run it along the top there. Make sure it's nice and parallel with that piece. And if you lay it down, make sure when you turn it over, you can't see it coming out the top. So make sure it's nice and straight there as well. And then just fold that one back. Show you again with the next one. So fold the tabs. You're always adding your glue to the left side for the minute. And then this time you're going to butt it up to this piece that you just stuck down. Again, still nice and flush with the top. Keep that nice and straight. And then again, just fold that back. And these tabs should sit next to each other here as well. And then the last one, again, add my glue. And again, just lay that one down. And what you'll find you have is 4 half-inch equally spaced sections. So when you bring that one around, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can see how they are all staggered. So you just want to repeat that now with the bottom. So again, start with this one, add your glue, but this time you're just making sure it's flush with the bottom of the card. Okay, so there's all of those stuck down. So make sure they're all folded this way. And now you're going to add your glue over all of these tabs. Make sure it only goes on the tabs and nowhere else. And then you're going to fold everything else over. So the whole front section and then that 2-inch piece here, and they will sit perfectly in there. Once you're happy it's all secure, carefully just open it up and fold it back the other way, just so you can really embed those folds like so. Oh, I've got one there that's just shifted. Let's just move you back. If that happens, you can quickly, there we go. Yep, get that repositioned. But how good is that? It looks like a theatre. You see like the stage there. It'd be good for maybe someone's sports day or a competition. You could have first, second place, third place. This is just kind of 6 ideas, but there's so much more you can do. Next, we're going to stick it onto here, and then I can add a bit of pattern paper on the back there. I might keep this white because the ephemera that I'm using has a white frame around it all. So that would tie in the white quite nicely. So all you need to do next, I'm going to use the construction glue because it's going onto that base. Just run your glue down each of the tabs like so, and then focus on the left side first and get that nice and flush like so, and then just drop the other one down and then just carefully lay the whole thing down. Don't worry if it slides a little bit because you're going to be covering, you know, the back with pattern paper, but just spend a minute just making sure that is all lined up. And I'm just going to burnish these folds. Just go in there, push all of that down, give it all a really good burnish, and bring it back up, carefully going back over the other way. Again, give that all a good fold. Okay, so now we've got our pop-up box. We've got our side section there for sentiment, more decoration. It's entirely up to you. When you go to decorate it, you can overhang on the left-hand side because when you fold it down, whatever overhangs will sit in this space, so it will still fit in your envelope. But if you have anything overhanging on this side, just be aware that it's going to obviously then stick out here, so you might need to make a bigger envelope. You can see there I've got the little turtle on that side. What did I do? Oh, this one ended up going over a little bit. I've got the bowling ball there. But that's okay, I'll just make a bigger envelope, but all of the overhang is on that left-hand side. You can see where I've added the sentiments on the side there. This one's just got some extra decoration. Again, that one's got the sentiment. So, you know, it's up to you how you decorate this. This one I liked because I had the whale on this part, but also then his tail was inside. So I'm going to cut a piece of pattern paper for the back, and then I'm going to decorate it however. So I think I'm going to use, I did pull out, oh, I've got 2 pads here. It was the one that's just quite plain, this one, because I just think I don't want it too busy on the background. So I think I'm going to cut that one, and you just want to cut it so it's just under 4 by 6, so it will fit perfectly inside, and just add glue to the back and slide that in. If you want to do a matte layer here, then you'll want a piece that's just, then you'll want a piece that's 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, or if you want it to pretty much cover it all, just under 2 by 6 to cover all of that. But I'm going to have some fun now, get this all decorated, and I'll show you at the end. So here is the finished card. How adorable does that look? I thought the sentiment running along the side there worked really well, and it ties everything together. See a little bit of the pattern paper, and then I just went mad with all the leaves. Got Charlie Brown there, Snoopy, Woodstock there as well. And then it all folds down. You could add more pattern paper there. I may well do that actually. If you do, it'd be the same size mat there as I've added onto that piece there. So that is the end of the side pop-up box series. Got 6 lovely sizes here, and yeah, on to the next one, which I have already started. So there's a second card, and that is the expanding block cards. So if you enjoy seeing a card style in multiple different sizes, then yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, save it so that you've always got it then for reference. Check out the playlist for all of these other wonderful ones as well. That'll be coming up now. All the products that I've used, you can find it linked in the description box below this video, and drop me a comment too, because I do enjoy reading them. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.